Hi guys, Debbie here, welcome to my channel and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you the I Heart Revolution Disney Princess palette. So this one, which is the Princess and the Frog, and I've also got the other two, but I've done a look with this one. So if you want to see me create this look, but also see the lowdown on the other two palettes that came out at the same time, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, we'll start with this one as this is the one that I've done the look with. And just to show you the packaging on these, they're like a book. They're really, really beautiful. As a palette collector, I knew I had to have them. And you've got face shades on this side, and then you've got eye shades on that side. Now this one is probably the deeper in terms of the tones for the face colours. But I have used it today and I got on okay with it. And I think you can go in with a very light hand. If you swirl quite a dense brush into these, you're going to have clown cheeks really, really fast if you're as pale as me. But I just built it up very, very carefully. I used that shade, the Almost There shade, and I think it worked okay. So that's this one, but I'll get more into my thoughts on this after the tutorial for this look. And then the other two, I've not tried them yet, but I will show you them on camera. So we've got the Cinderella palette. Beautiful blue. Now I'm not normally a blue eyeshadow person, but the colours in here are really nice. There's like a navy kind of matte there. I hope that works as well as it looks there. And I love the shade of that one, Tremaine. Now I think there's some unusual shades to pair with the blues and it just spoke to me. And as I say, as a collector, I just knew I was going to get them in any case. But it's a lot lighter in tone with the face shade, so I'd feel a bit more comfortable dipping into those and not worrying about, you know, how quickly to build them up. There's some strange shades though. That Bibbidi shade there is like a grey highlight, so that's going to probably look a bit ashy, I think, on the skin. But there's a good contour shade in Bobbidi. I love how they've named the shades like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, which is so cute. Happily Ever After. That shade is beautiful. I love a coral blush, so I think I'm going to really enjoy that one. But that's the Cinderella palette. And then the one that seemed to have been the most popular because it sold out on the Revolution website and I had to get this one ordered into store in Superdrug and pick it up there. But this is the Beauty and the Beast. And this one's a lot more neutral, so it surprised me that this one sold out. But I think it's probably because it's more user-friendly for most people, I would say, because it's kind of mid-toned in the colours for the face colours. I think more skin tones could probably get away with this. And then you've got a few more neutral kind of staples in here, but it is pretty because you've got some reds and pinks, quite romantic-y kind of shades in there. And then there's some sort of grungy, unusual shades like that grey stuff. It's calling my name. I love shades like that. But again, the names are beautiful. Be Our Guest, Tale as Old as Time. You know, the references to the movies are just there and it's super cute. I love Beauty and the Beast. I think it's probably my favourite Disney princess kind of movie of them all. So I knew I had to get this one whatever happened. But all three of these were a gift from my husband for our 24th wedding anniversary, which is not till the end of November, but couldn't afford them. Got so many bills coming up at the moment, house renovation things we've been doing and Christmas and whatever. So he said, I don't want you to miss out on them. I'll get them for you as an early anniversary present, which is what he did. So let's jump straight into the tutorial using the Princess and the Frog palette, which I created this look that I'm currently wearing. And then, as I say, I'll get back together with you after that and I'll just give you a rundown of my thoughts on the shades that I used in that palette. Obviously I can't use every shade on my eyes, and I thought as it's the green palette, you know, Princess and the Frog, I at least need to do some sort of a green themed look, and that's what I've done. So let's hop straight into that and I'll catch you on the other side of the tutorial. Okay guys, we're going to start with the face and use this side of the palette. They're quite scary pigmented colours for someone as pale as me, but I'm going to go in with a light hand. I think that one is a bronzer potentially, perhaps that sort of raspberry colour as my blush. That's kind of my plan, so those top two. So we've got Tiana's Place is the bronzer and Almost There is the blush. I'm going to go in with a big fat fluffy bronzer blush and a very light hand. And see how we go. I think it's going to be okay with a light hand. It's very warm and that's the cooler of the two. bronze should be warm, I think. I think that's the idea of bronzer, like contour should be cool and bronzer should be warm, so I'm not mad at that. It's going on quite nicely. This brush is my favourite of the moment for applying bronzer because you can sort of, it's fat like that so you can sort of blend it out, but you can take it on the sort of skinny end of it. It's like pinched, so it really does a good job. This one is the Jaclyn Hill JH11 from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brushes. All of the face brushes in that, well, all of the brushes, but the face ones in particular, really, really good. Now I know it's not too scary, I'm a little bit happier to sort of just go in a little bit more liberally. That's got quite a lot of nice colour to the face and not made me look too grubby, I don't think. Sometimes I have that problem with bronzer, is that it kind of just makes my skin look dirty, but I think that looks okay. The blush though, on the other hand, is scary. I like a pigmented blush, but that is pigmented. That orange looks beautiful, but I want to do a sort of more pinky look, so we're going in with that, which is almost there, and it's not going to be almost there on me. I've taken the tiniest bit first. Actually, with the lightest of hands, it's okay. Using my Hallberg blush brush, one of my favourites for blush. And I'm just taking the tiniest little dip to the pan at a time, because if you swirled this in the pan and tried to apply it, it would be so deep. I mean, you can see how much the colour is building up already, and that's literally barely touching the pan. But it's a pretty colour. The highlight, on the other hand, I haven't got high hopes for. I swatched it, it's kind of powdery, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Yeah, that's very, very lacklustre. There's not really a highlight there with that, which is a shame because I love my highlight. I'm going to keep applying more until we get some sort of glow going on. It's very subtle, it's a lit from within kind of glow, but it is there. Not my favourite, but have to bear in mind that this palette is £15. It was a tie-in with Disney, and you've got 6 face products and 18 eyeshadows, so you can't really complain too much. I mean, I am getting a glow, but I'm having to properly build that up. So onto the eyeshadow then. I'm just going to prime with the MAC Painterly Paintpot, one of my favourites, as you guys know if you've been here before. The shade that's going to be in this palette is this one, Naveen, so I'm going to base my crease around that. Probably deepen up with this purple shade, which is Witch Doctor. So I'm going to start with those. So this is the Naveen shade, and that's pretty pigmented. That's more impressive than I thought it would be. That's not bad at all, that's quite a pretty shade. I always go in pretty light to start with because I never know how the pigment's going to go and how much fallout there's going to be. So I barely touch to the pan and I'm getting a fair bit of pigment. Just going to blend that out with no additional product. I want to keep things quite soft and pink up there. I'm going to do a green shimmery lower lash line, so have a bit of a combination going on here. So I'm going to pack Witch Doctor the purple in this outer V. That one's got a ridiculous amount of kick up, so I've tapped up the brush. It's not now having a lot of pigment, so it's definitely going to be a buildable one, and I'm getting a lot of fallout. I'm not too much of a fan of that purple. It looks super dark in the pan. but it's lacking pigmentation on the eyes, and it's Fallout City as well, so not the best combination. I'm going to see if I can deepen the outer corner with this shimmer instead. It's a bit better, but not really giving us that much pigment. Just going to keep building up Naveen and try and get a bit more intensity using that shade. Yeah, I think that's one of the best shades so far of the three I've used for sure. So definitely would have been better to do my eyes first. I think when I use the other two palettes I'll definitely do it that way. Just going to blend above that shade with that Mama Odie shade there. It's another one of these palettes that's really difficult to hold up. It's very similar to the Nikki Tutorials Beauty Babe in terms of like being a pain if you're a YouTuber. I like that shade. That's a really nice warm orangey yellow. Yeah, I do like that one. And they're super soft washes of colour rather than pigmented, but they are blending nicely. In the inner part here I'm going to go in with this shade, which is Swamp. Just going to pretty much pack that on. Again, not getting a huge amount of pigmentation. I think these might have worked better on a white base. Where I'm meeting those colours, I'm being very careful not to really blend them too much, because I think we'll just end up with a muddy brown if we do. I just wanted to try another one of the colours and I thought it might just give it a different look. I'm going to go in with Calm Mood by Linda Hallberg on my lower lash line. I want to give this look a bit of oomph because it's okay, it's almost pastel, isn't it? But just want to make it a bit more dramatic. Laid that down as a base just to make the shadow pop a bit more, and I'm going to go in with the shade Frog. You can't use the Princess and the Frog palette without using the Frog shade, I think. I'm going to spray that one. And I'm using an Anastasia brush, just the smudgy end of that. That's a pretty shadow, but I have given it some help with that pencil because I thought it might not show otherwise. So going in with glitter primer, and I'm going to prime the majority of my lids because I'm not happy with this outer V and how deep it is. I think I'm just going to do shimmer over the entire lid. Don't want to cut crease though, so I'm just liberally applying it rather than precisely applying it. So I'm going to go in with the Frog shade in the outer part of the lid and the Tiana shade in the inner part. Going back into that raspberry shade, the Naveen shade, just to blend in the crease. I'm taking a bit of that green shade as well. Just want to bring it up into the crease. This messiness in the outer corner I'm going to cover with a wing, I think. Right, just going to throw on the other eye. And as a bit of an inner corner highlight and to wrap round onto my lower lash there, I'm going to use Evangeline, this one here. And again, that's really pretty. The shimmers are pretty good. If you've got a glitter glue or you spray your brush, you can get quite a nice finish from these shimmers. They are just traditional shimmers though, they're not a super sparkly shimmer, but they're not too bad. Okay guys, so this is the look to this point. Just going to hop off camera for the finishing touches, and I'll come back with you and just gather my thoughts on this palette and what I think of it so far, but I think you kind of got an idea as we were going along. But be right back with the finished look. Okay guys, here's the finished look. Lips today are KVD Vegan Beauty liquid lipstick. First time of trying them, so nice to be able to try out their formula. I got it kind of free with purchase with the Saint perfume. It's in a gift set and I got it 50% off, so I thought it was a good chance to try this lipstick and just wanted to wear a bright lipstick today, which I don't do very often. So my thoughts on the palette then, well, I think It's £15. It's got beautiful, beautiful packaging. I mean, packaging 10 out of 10. And it's why I wanted it. I think it's great to have the option of having face and eye products all in one. I thought these would be too dark for me. I think you can make them work with a light hand, and I am super pale, but I think they'll go deep enough for deeper skin tone, so that's great. Love the combination of colours in it. The mattes though are very powdery, like incredibly so. They're like Anastasia Kick Up formula really. If you swirl around in them you'll get powder everywhere. I only ever really dipped the pan and I was getting a fair bit of fallout, but it was quite easy to wipe away. The shimmers were completely lackluster until I put a glitter glue underneath, and then that green, the frog shade, I think it's worth the price of the palette for that colour alone. It's so beautiful on the lid. And the other shade I used on the lid as well, the Tiana shade, I thought that was super beautiful. In fact, all of the shimmers I've used are nice. That shade Naveen, that one there, I think is quite pretty. But the purples, drugstore just can't do purples in my opinion. I think it's a very difficult colour to formulate, and they're just, good purples are few and far between, even in higher end brands. So I'm not surprised the purple didn't perform well. I've not used all the colours, of course. I love some of these more olivey, grungy greens up there. So I'll definitely be dipping into this one because it's got some unique tones. Thought that shade, the Mama Odie shade, I thought that was really pretty. That really changed up the look and gave that sort of sunset vibe to the crease. And I haven't done that kind of a vibe for a while. So just really enjoyed doing that today. They blended super nice. They're just not the most pigmented in the world. I think over a white base like the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, they might have shown it more vivid. So when I use the next palette I might do that. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I'm glad I've got them because as a collector it's the sort of thing that I love to own. So I'm very happy that I've got all three of them. You guys will have to let me know if you want to see the other two in action on my channel. And whether you've picked anything up from this I Heart Revolution Disney Princesses kind of collab, I'll be interested to know. But thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you consider subscribing before you leave. And yeah, just hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, guys, and catch you in the next one. Bye guys.